Our motoring tip of the week concerns batteries. Often one of the first parts that fail in your car, and we think of the battery, a good analogy for thinking of the battery is to think of it as the electrical gas tank for the vehicle. So once the vehicle started and running, the alternator supports all the accessories and loads on the vehicle, and it keeps a fully charged battery fully charged. But you shut the car off, and for example, my truck here, if I had the cargo light going and the doors open and the engine's shut off while I'm loading or unloading, I'm cycling the battery down and down and down. That's where reserve capacity, or RC, that's printed on the top of the battery, the reserve capacity of the battery is really under stress. So a small battery like this one out of a Fusion has 65 minutes of reserve capacity. This larger battery, physically larger battery out of a Dodge Grand Caravan, has 140 minutes of reserve capacity. Now, when you're replacing the battery in whatever vehicle, whether it's the van or the Fusion, you often have three choices. Basically, good, better, best on the price point of any battery that could go in that vehicle. And that could be from any given battery manufacturer, one to the other, you're going to have different price points. And as you go from good to better to best, you get more minutes of reserve capacity, higher cold cranking amps, and a longer warranty. Now the reserve capacity, the 65 minutes in this one and the 140 minutes in this one, is rated at 25 amps load, at 80 degrees ambient temperature, and it's the time in minutes that it takes the battery to go from fully charged down to 10.5 volts, which is considered where the car is going to quit and die on the road. So this one would go 140 minutes at 25 amps. This one would only go 65 minutes. Now, you're sitting waiting to pick somebody up at the airport. You shut the engine off, you've got the radio going, maybe you turn the interior light on. Now you're taxing the reserve capacity of your battery. And those ratings that I just talked about, the 140 minutes, are for a brand new battery. As the battery ages, it no longer has 140 minutes. It may have something less than that as it, its life cycle slopes off and down to the right. So when you're replacing the battery in your vehicle, opting up to a higher performance battery can get you some more minutes of reserve capacity. It's going to cost you a little bit more. But sooner or later in the life of the vehicle, you're cleaning it in your driveway or whatever, you may cycle your battery down and need to either boost it or recharge it. So having a small charger like one of these two around the house is a really good idea. This charger here can charge as much as 10 amps on the output, so you could fully recharge a completely dead battery with this one. The Weathertech Charger is intended to maintain a vehicle that's in seasonal storage. So it charges at a much lower rate, 4 amps, and it has different features to protect from overcharge. This is intended to maintain a vehicle that's used very periodically. But this would come in handy, for example, during COVID lockdown, a device like this, very handy. So these are great things to have around your garage, and they make great gifts for the person in your life who has multiple vehicles. That's your motoring tip of the week.
So here's the question. Where were you 32 years ago? I know some of you weren't even a glint in your father's eye. As for me, well, I was in diapers, but found time to get Motoring TV off the ground. And today I like to think we've got one of the best automotive video libraries in the world. If you agree, please give us the thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.